Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to another exciting edition of High School Sports here on your High School Sports Leader, Oregon Sports Beat. Today from Western Oregon University in Monmouth, we have rugby. We've had 3 matches prior to this. We had the Oregon, these are championship rugby matches, the Oregon Club Championship for women, the Oregon Club Championship for men, and then we had the high school varsity girls here just a little while ago, which was won by Grant, 31-29 on a conversion just before the game expired. And now we've got the boys varsity action, and this brings the Portland Pumas, and they're made up primarily of Central Catholic players, and the Newberg Tigers from Newberg. Hi everybody, I'm Dave Hall. I'll be doing the play-by-play today. Working with me, my broadcast partner, Chip Burnside. And Chip worked the girls game with us earlier. We can expect to see a little different style of play here in the boys action.
Yeah, a bit more structure in the boys games. Again, it's going to be contrasting styles here in this game. Portland Pumas. Portland Pumas play a hot potato brand of rugby, which is support play. So they look to pass and... Oh, run. We're just having some technical difficulties here.
No, go ahead.
All right, so I might just start over. So anyway, you're going to see some contrasting styles from these two teams. Newberg, on the one hand, is going to play with some traditional structure. They're going to ruck the ball and set the ball up, whereas the Pumas are going to play a support brand of rugby. Some call it hot potato. Basically, they're going to run, pass the ball, and continue to pass the ball and try to probe the Newberg defense.
Looking over the rosters here, you mentioned to me, I think that the Portland Pumas have a number of first-year players.
Yeah, so they're down on experience, but what they've got clearly is a bunch of athletes. So what they've done here is they've coached these guys who are first-year players into rugby players. So you can tell that the Portland team's very athletic. However, the Newberg team has got quite a deal of experience. Newberg has a fairly big roster. However, not all of the players will play. Some of the freshmen on their team are just here for the experience.
I was looking down the roster of the Portland Pumas, and like you had mentioned to me that there are a lot of Central Catholic players on that roster. I did the Central Catholic basketball games here recently, and some of their other spring sports events. There's players on there that I recognize right off, one of them being Michael Abraham, who was a all-Mount Hood Conference running back and is headed to college on a football scholarship. Alex Altenhofen, I recognize his name. Rye Jaquis, another player I recognize. So some football players who are playing rugby at Central Catholic and on the Portland Pumas.
I don't know if Michael Abraham's going to be a go today. He was under a sickness cloud prior to the game. So I don't know if he's going to suit up today, but he's here.
All right, and for the Newberg Tigers, their primary players would be?
If you're going to watch out for some players on the Newberg team, certainly the...
National Anthem. We're going to take a break and listen, and we'll be right back. All right, our national anthem, as we get ready for the start of this varsity boys rugby match here at Western Oregon University. This match is brought to you by Oregon Pioneer Rugby Club, a proud member of Rugby Oregon. Rugby Oregon offers summer camps for students in grades 3 through 8. Players will learn new skills, play games, and have lots of fun. Register today at rugbyoregon.com.
Getting back to this game, it looks like a battle of the inside backs to me. Most of the experience is in the halfback, first 5/8 and second 5/8 positions. First 5/8 is a New Zealand term for fly half, second 5/8 is a New Zealand term for inside centre. Certainly these backlines are loaded, so I think we're going to see an outstanding display of running rugby from these backlines. Probably the Newberg Tigers should be able to win a bit more ball in the forwards, but obviously the Portland Pumas team is they've got some decent size to them, so let's see what happens.
All right, I'm Dave Hall along with Chip Burnside. We're here for Oregon Sports Beat, your high school sports leader in Oregon. We got the referee out at center with the players.
Thank you, folks. Thank you very much.
They've already had the coin toss. They're just discussing which direction they're going to play. For the Pumas, look at number 10, Kurt Achterman. He's a captain. He played fullback for the Oregon Redhawks, but is playing first 5/8 for the Portland Pumas. So he's one of their experienced players. He's headed to Cal Poly for college in the fall. The halfback, also a key player for the Pumas, Jared Latham. 3 years of Redhawks under his belt as a hooker. So he was playing in the forwards, but now he's moved to scrum half. So hooker and scrum half are similar positions, even though one's a back and one's a forward.
By the way, Latham is headed to Oregon State to go to school.
So he's probably a pretty fine athlete, that guy. For the Newberg team, their number 8 looks strong. I believe his name is Zach Delashmut. He scored 4 tries in the season, hopes to walk on for OSU football. They too have a very good halfback, first 5 combination, Ryan McCarthy and Jeff Carstensen.
Delashmut is a prominent name in Oregon sports history.
Good match.
Right, we're going to get this underway now. The team directly in front of us, as you can see there, that is the Newberg in their traditional tiger stripes.
Go Pumas!
Yes, it's a battle of the cats here today, Dave. Who's going to come out on top, the Tigers or the Pumas?
Well, we'll see, because we're ready to start.
Here you go, Jeff. Thanks. I was about to say, I didn't bring the ice over, so I've got some. If you need it, I'll get it.
I saw you had a chance to talk to the referees before the game. I think you were asking them what we should watch for.
Gavin Curtis is the referee of today's feature. He's a good referee. He explained to both teams what he expects, and he said that he's refereed both of these teams before, and he expects no problems.
We've been here. This is our 4th game today, and we've had games without any problems. There's been very, very well-played games and very good refereeing.
Well, this is the best of the best. To get to the state finals here in Oregon, it's a very robust competition. And these two teams that you're watching here are going to have an absolute cracking game. Weather couldn't be any better. We've got teams that like to run the ball, I'm going to say, and this game's going to be an absolute ball terror.
Make you faster now.
This might be our best view of the game, too, since we started here today.
A few less people on the sidelines now.
Oh, Travis, beat it.
All right, we're going to start the kickoff.
Halftime.
They might be going deep here, so it's a different alignment by the Pumas. I'm going to go ahead and say that they might be trying to kick this ball a bit deeper than normal.
Go up and get it.
Instead, they go short.
Kick.
There we go.
Newberg, however, control the ball from the ruck.
Newberg set up.
It's always important to get that first touch. The backs eager to get their hands on the ball early in the game so that they can get those jitters out of their system.
Nothing helps get you going than getting hit once.
Yes, correspondingly, the team that's on the defense, they want to get that first tackle in.
He's ready with water. Do you have water?
So Newberg had already won a couple of rucks there. However, there must have been a knock on, and the Pumas have the feed to the scrum. Pretty steady scrum there. Number 8 takes it off the back. Nice little fend, but I believe the halfback's got him wrapped up and he bundles him into touch.
We're just underway at Western Oregon University. Portland Pumas, Newberg Tigers, no score.
So Newberg's going to try to exit here from the 22. It's their throw to the line out. The ball's overthrown from the front pod. It's gone to a man who was standing on the ground. It probably wasn't straight. The referee gives the team the option when it's not straight. They can either have a scrum or a line out. They've discussed it. The Pumas want to have the scrum.
Scrum set up on the far side of the field. Here we go.
They had the 8-man pick last time. Look for that again, perhaps.
Look up, Charlie. Look ready, Charlie. Out! That's it, Noah.
The ball came out the tunnel. It wasn't hooked cleanly. And the referees asked for a reset. The ball has to stay between the prop's feet. It cannot come straight back out. Good push this time by Newberg. He knocked that on. Maybe the referee didn't see that.
Get it out, Lonnie! Get it out! Rock it on.
Again, the pop pass. Notice how they're trying to shift the ball. They're not trying to get into the ruck zone. They're trying to shift that ball quickly. This is a maul. Newberg's trying to hold them up. Pumas are trying to make the ball, trying to advance the ball towards the goal line. When the ball is taken in a maul like that, Newberg did very well to hold them up. It is the defending team's ball when that happens.
It's basically a team just trying to outmuscle the other team pushing forward.
It can be very effective. Usually you have to have a lot of size to be effective in the maul. But when the defending team holds the player up, a maul is formed, and the defending team tries to keep that ball wrapped up.
Here comes Newberg.
As you can see, the referee is talking to them, explaining to the players what they need to do. This is commonplace in the game of rugby. He's a very good communicator, this referee.
He mentioned to the players he came in a little high that time.
So that's a penalty, and it'll be a relieving penalty to Newberg. He's going to try to kick it out.
They do.
Bit of a wobbly kick. Oladipo picks it up. He tries to throw the long pass. Unfortunately, he didn't quite have control of it, and it got away on him. It went forward. It'll be a Newberg scrum feed.
That was Catan Oladipo, number 2.
He looks pretty fast.
Still no score.
McCarthy with the feed. They've shifted the ball clear out to the centre. And there's a nice weaving run. He's broken this thing wide open. Tremendous run there by the Newberg player.
Newberg advances the ball.
This is where Newberg is going to look good. They've got the second phase ball. There's a bunch of players offside there by Central Catholic. And he spotted them. They take the quick tap. However, he wasn't on the mark. There was a bit of confusion there. The players didn't know. The referee said play on. Again, more ruck ball for Newberg. Player was stationary when he took the ball, and he was met by the Pumas. They'll look to relieve pressure here, the Pumas. Instead, he takes a quick tap and throws it to a supporting player. Again, he's held them up. Newberg are holding them up there in the tackle area. Again, it's another maul has formed. This ball's going to go to Newberg. The referee already said it was a maul, and they didn't get the ball out in time.
So possession goes to Newberg here.
This is an area that the coach of Newberg is concentrating on. They're committing 2 men to the tackle. They're trying to take away the Pumas' ability to offload and play hot potato with that ball. Instead, what they're doing is they're wrapping them up and putting them into a maul situation.
Let the other Ryan know. Set up on the penalty if we have it. Okay? Set up.
Already we've seen the ball get wide to the Newberg centres. We've got Dorian Gallardo out there
Nice, Alex.
and
Yeah, Jared.
Hutton Peterson. I think it was Peterson that made the run before. He looks pretty slippery.
Peterson with that big run down the right side earlier.
On the penalty, right? Set up.
Good things happen when you get it wide. The main thing that you want to concentrate is draw and pass. If you can attract the attention of your man and then give the ball to the outside player, an overlap forms, and that's why you see these big runs down wide in the field.
Newberg. Again, down the right side.
Yeah, they took it blind on that one. It was about an untidy ball out of the back of the scrum, but they've made lemonade out of lemons there.
No score here. Portland and Newberg. Boys varsity final.
It's Pumas' ball to this line out. They might try the exit kick or they may just run it.
Newberg comes down with it.
Yeah, the lifter didn't have complete control over the jumper there. Again, second phase ball won by Newberg. Again, the player was flat-footed there. The ball will come back again for Newberg. The Pumas are actually meeting them behind the advantage line, though, when the forwards are running for Newberg. So even though they're winning the ball, they're actually going a little bit backwards.
Portland's defense have stiffened up.
Yeah, they're not committing too many players to this ruck. They're letting them win it, and they're just regrouping. The Newberg player's full of run at the moment. The referee said that the Newberg player was holding on there. So once the tackler has released him, the ball can be available to be poached. The Puma players were trying to poach it, and the Newberg players were trying to hold on to it, and that's an infringement.
All right, a player down, one of the Portland Pumas down. Trainer headed out, and they're taking some water.
It's very hot out there. I hope both of these teams are hydrated. Especially with the wet spring we've had. Conditions like this typically, they're not used to them when you have a bit of sun in this part of the season.
And what you see is players with cramps.
Newberg have got to be pretty happy. They're winning enough ball. Their forwards need to take the ball, though, on the move. They're getting met behind the advantage line, and the Pumas are showing good defense here.
All right, Trainer's coming back to the sideline. Still no score in this game. First half action just underway. 35-minute halves here.
I think that player might be coming off. I think he's been replaced, I think.
Yes, that's what it appears.
Looks like he might have had a re-injury to his knee. He's already got it a brace on there.
Good idea.
from the relieving penalty. The Pumas have kicked it out on that left-hand touchline. They're just a shade over halfway.
The player for Portland Pumas who is down, that is...
Julian Hamley.
Yes, it is, Julian Hemley. He's a third-year player.
Yeah, with that lack of experience, it's probably a big loss.
Get it out! Get it out!
That ball's gone to ground. It's possible knock on.
No!
And then a Newberg player was coming in from the side of the ruck. He didn't come through the gate. There's a high tackle there on Kurt Achterman. He took off right there from the tap penalty. He saw that Newberg wasn't back 10, and he called his own number. However, this time the referee brings him back because he wasn't on the mark.
Take your time. Set it up. You got time. Up.
Portland forward.
Get there.
They've got the ball in the middle of the field.
Yes, he's a dangerous player, this Kurt Achterman. In fact, he's just slithered his way through right there.
There's a try for Achterman.
I think the Newberg players thought they had him wrapped up, but he put them in the spin machine there and he managed to sneak away.
So Portland on the board first. 5 points, that's from Achterman.
Get water. Get ready. They're going to come back hard and fast. Get ready. Take your time, Scott.
Yes, well, he's one of the Pumas Red Hawks, so he's got quite a bit of experience, that player. Often if you have experience and you need a stabilizing force, you will put that player into the first 5/8 position. And that's where he's playing today.
Here comes the conversion attempt. This will be good for 2 points. There's the kick, and it's wide right. Wide right. Our score remains 5-0.
A little bit against the run of play, but a couple of penalties in a row got the Pumas down into attacking position. In fact, 3 penalties in a row. These type of mistakes drive coaches wild.
Ready for the kick. And it's a low driving kick, takes a big bounce, fielded by Portland.
He slipped a tackle there. Again, look for Newberg to drive over, try to win this. And they have. You can note the two different styles of play.
Specifically meaning?
Well, if Newberg see an opportunity and they think that there's a 50-50 ball, they send numbers to that ruck and they try to win it. So again, they take it in here. Newberg should win this ruck.
Whereas Portland tends to stay back.
What they're doing is they're not contesting the rucks as much, and they're just trying to put the ball in motion. They're quite happy to let Newberg run at them all day, and when they make a mistake, they'll scoop that ball up and then make them pay.
5-0 our score here, Portland, on the try by Altenhofen.
Difficult team to play against, a team that kind of lives off scraps and very opportunistic style.
I'm sorry, not by Altenhofen, but by Achterman.
Again, another good opportunity here. They might go blind. They have. The number 8 pulled it off the back. He's passed it off to the halfback. He's brought to ground. But it was probably a high tackle. I couldn't quite see from here. They've taken the tap again. Again, the player was flat-footed and he was met by the Portland defence. Newberg's winning a lot of ball. They've got to get it wide to their backs, I think. There's a decoy runner. The decoy runner kind of faked that guy into thinking that the other guy was coming, and so he did end up offside.
Watch your mark. Watch your 10 yards.
They've got to get more organised at their tap kicks here. There's a little bit of disorganisation now. They're sorting things out.
Match up! Match up! Come up hard!
Look for the forwards to rumble it up here. The big number 20 takes it up.
He's not letting go of the ball!
That's Peterson with the ball right now.
And Newberg does get the ball wide this time.
Again, the Portland defense is set. Christian Morris took a snipe there from the ruck. He looked around and tried to sneak around the edge of the ruck. Now number 20 takes it up. This is the big number 8 acting as halfback now. Number 7 didn't roll the way out of the ruck there, and so he stopped the ball coming quickly. Anytime that the ball doesn't come out quickly, the referee doesn't take a liking to that. Again, Newberg thinks that they've got an edge here with their big forwards, and they're trying to soften up the Portland defense. Plenty of ball being won by Newberg. That was Dorian Gallardo going back on the inside there. Oh, he's lost that forward.
Get it out of here.
Someone needs to straighten in the Newberg attack. There was a little bit of cross-field running. Finally, it got to the man who actually straightened, and then he lost the ball forward.
Five to nothing our score here. Portland leads.
So a defensive scrum here. Look for the first 5 to probably kick this ball out. There it is.
And kicked out by Portland.
That was a very good exit by them, well executed. However, he's kicked the ball into touch. It'll be Newberg's feed to the line out.
Okay, let's go, back. Get it up. All right, here we go, Anthony.
Let's see if the Newberg backs can do something this time.
Let's win it and run something. It's our line out.
A good win from the front pod there. Here's a loop around by the first 5. He's got some space, but snuffed out by the second 5. I believe that's Meehan.
Go, Ricky, get it out, Ricky.
Again, a bit of a gap. Nice little dart around the base of the ruck there.
Thank you. Take your time, run something. On the movement.
That was good midfield defense there by the Portland Pumas. The Newberg team looked threatening. This guy's very, very slippery, and he's broken another tackle. And he's linked up with support. Newberg's in trouble here. They need quick ball.
That number 10 was Kurt Ochterman.
Yes, he's having a fine game to start this game.
He scored the first goal, the first and only goal so far. 5 to nothing Portland.
Number 25 now making a move.
As Portland swings the ball wide that time. Number 25 is Alex Altenhofen.
Oh, get it out. Let's swing it out.
Newberg's defense is now regrouped, but there's a penalty coming to Portland.
Oh,
Action's far away from us. We can't identify what was the infringement there. They're going to give it to the big guys to rumble it up. Nice tackle there by the Newberg player. Again, Newberg sending a lot of men to the ruck, trying to win it. But another penalty.
Another penalty against Newberg. Here comes, that's Ochterman, number 5. I'm sorry.
Ricky White, that was.
Ricky White, who had the big run earlier in this
Again,
series.
Newberg trying to hold this up, trying to make it into a maul. The ball has come out on the left-hand side. A relieving penalty coming up here. He's going to try to find touch here. Kicking the ball out means kicking it to touch. Bit of a wobbly old kick. The winger wasn't in good position there, and the ball's gone past him into touch. Bit of a mistake there by the winger out there.
Substitutions coming in for both sides.
There goes Hamley back into the action. Looks like his knee's fine now.
I think he wanted to let everybody know that because he ran out in the field so hard.
I think he wanted to maybe get on the commentary there. I haven't seen him move that fast in the game yet. It's Newberg's throw to the line out. Again, they go to the front. Ball slapped down, very untidy for the halfback. This is a good, putting pressure on the Portland players as Newberg.
Looking for Oladipo on the outside.
Yeah,
Can't
that's a
get
good
to him.
idea.
He's still out there.
That's a good run there by Christian Leite. That was Andrew Myers there on the run. Now Central Catholic are winning some ball here. Some of the tackles not being very effective by the Newberg players. There's a good run. There's Kurt again. He ducked under a high shot. The ball goes back to Meehan on the cutback. He's trying to set it back up for the forwards. Another cutback, and now they'll get it wide.
That is Oladipo on the outside, trying to get wide, sends it back towards the middle.
Again, you see the hot potato style. He's always trying to offload, looking to try to get the pass away. Probably made the wrong decision there coming back to the inside. Whenever you have the outside available to you in rugby, you head for the outside. Probably a little bit of American football coming into play there. Newberg need to settle it down here.
Our score 5-0, Portland.
You'll notice that the Portland Pumas won 4 or 5 rucks in a row and putting the Newberg team under extreme pressure. The first 5/8, Kurt Achterman, I believe he's really good. Ball's now gone down the right wing, and this guy's got some serious speed.
Here's a breakaway.
A great attempted tackle by the fullback. He did enough to slow him down. Quick ball by Newberg now. Now Newberg is starting to look like a team.
Blazing speed that time down the side.
Oh my goodness, he took a look there, saw the defense coming, and the ball popped out of his hand. He wasn't expecting it, just looking at the defense. I'm going to go ahead and say that was Charles McLean who made that run. He looks like he's got some serious speed out there. So Charles McLean, he scored a couple of tries against Union in the semi-final. Union, very good team. So Newberg did not have an easy road to the final if they had to get past Union. Union's been state champions multiple times. This is Sean Meehan bursting up. The fullback Brent comes in, slows him up for a bit, but he's still going. He's using a fend effectively. Again, they pop the ball loose. They're trying to come back the other way, but he looks like he might have lost that ball forward. The referee is saying maybe play on. Instead, he's given a penalty to Newberg.
We're still 5-0 Portland.
Cole, talk to Ryan Montague. Know where he is. Okay? Hey, Ryan, talk to Cole.
Kadon, watch for kick. Watch for kick.
Find it, Ryan.
So his kicks have been a little concerning for the coach. He needs to lay some lumber on this one and get this one all the way out. That's a much better kick.
All right, thank you. Let's get it back, Pumas.
The good thing about American rugby is there's not a lot of kicking. If you go to a game in New Zealand or anywhere else where the game's played a lot, you'll see a lot more kicking. In the American game, and certainly at the high school level, the guys like to run, and it makes for an exciting game.
Another whistle on.
Yeah, I think again the ball wasn't straight to the line out. So it's going to be a scrum. Central Catholic has chosen for the scrum. Good attacking opportunity here. Just a smidge over halfway.
Scrum coming up.
You'll notice that the fullback has come up into the line, matching the backs for Portland. So there's an extra man in the attacking lineup here. This guy's been very good, this Meehan. He makes a direct run straight into traffic there. The Central Catholic forwards get it back. Again, they offload. A little bit sideways running there. And he's isolated. Newberg's going to try to steal this or hold the ball up again.
You mentioned Meehan. He's headed to Oregon.
I think I saw in the notes that he's a converted prop. So he's not going to try to get you with blistering speed. He's going to run straight at you.
Meehan is a center, a converted prop.
Yeah, prop is a guy who plays in the front row of the scrum typically, so as you can see, he's got good size to him.
And he is headed to Oregon to play rugby. Picked up.
Unfortunately, the Newberg halfback slipped over as he was about to get the ball. That was terribly unlucky for the Newberg team. They're under pressure here. He probably should have shifted that. He shifts it now, and there's Meehan. He's very, very close to the line.
And I believe that is a try.
He wasn't held, so he was able to get up and go again.
It is.
Kurt, come here. Kurt's got the ball.
Yes, he's having a nice game, Sean Meehan.
Whoop. Meehan.
Hey, Jared, come here.
Never mind about Kurt.
Come back. Sorry.
So at the level that we're playing at here, where these guys are in the final, often it's a battle of the midfield. And at the moment, the midfield battle is going to the Portland Pumas. Kurt Achterman's getting that back line going, putting Meehan in space.
All right, the conversion attempt was not good. 10-0 is our score.
You ready for it? They're going to cut fast.
This match is brought to you by Oregon Pioneer Rugby Club, a proud member of Rugby Oregon. Rugby Oregon offers a summer 7-a-side rugby competition for high school students. Competition takes place over the 4 Saturdays in July. Register today at rugbyoregon.com.
Again, another low kick. He's knocked that ball on. Play on, though, for a short time as the referee brings it to an end there.
Dorian, you're playing great, bud. Dorian, you're playing great. You're playing great. Rush it off. Stop him right here, guys. We got 5 minutes and a half.
Coach is yelling 5 minutes and a half, so I think that's about where we are.
Hey, 5 meters.
They exploit the blind side here. They get it to Harena. There's no halfback. Instead, the number 8 comes in and acts as a halfback. Looks like Portland's offside again. The referee's playing advantage. He got him for hands in the ruck. Ryan McCarthy is getting a play called in him from the sideline coach. Rick Rogers, head coach of the Newberg Tigers. He's kicked that out. They might be going for a maul here. So look for, since they've got that deep in the Portland 22, they may take the ball down and go for a maul, try to drive it over. They're discussing their attacking options right now. It's definitely going to the front pod. Number 6 is the jumper. The throw wasn't good. However, Portland's under pressure here. Again, Newberg is holding them up in that maul. It's going to be a 5-metre scrum coming to Newberg. Newberg need to punch this in.
They'll scrum and they'll do that 5 meters out.
It was a bit of a wonky old throw into that line out, and whatever play they had set up, it didn't get to happen as the coach wanted it to. Again, another good blindside for the big number 8, Zach De La Schmutt, to exploit.
There's the ball.
Scrum's under pressure, though, and the halfback came around and tackled the Newberg halfback.
Set up! Hey! Ryan, set up! Ryan, set up! Set up! Charlie.
Newberg might want to spin it here to their back line. All of the Portland defense is right where in front of them where the penalty will be taken. They rumble it up with the forwards. A decent run there. They're very close to the try line now. Again, the ball's come out the side. Another penalty. The referee's getting frustrated with a couple of the Portland players.
Let's go, Ryan, let's go.
Again, they're flat-footed. Portland's very, very quick to recognise that. However, Newberg get the ruck. Another solid run by the number 8, I believe. Again, more ruck ball coming. Halfback darts over there. I think he's in.
He is. A try for Newberg. Makes our score 10-5. The conversion coming up here.
Hey, nicely done.
They needed that. Yeah, I want to say it was Ryan McCarthy who got the try. He's going to try to convert it.
All right, Ryan, take your time.
Very important for Newberg to get on the board there before the break. You'll notice that any time that there is ill discipline and you have multiple penalties strung up against you, it really puts you under pressure. And that's what happened to Portland there.
The lead cut in half, 10-5. Here's the conversion attempt coming up from McCarthy on the tee. And he hooks it. It's low and to the left. So far, we don't have a conversion in this game. 3 tries, 2 by Portland, 10-5 our score.
Well, it could be the difference. It could come down to goal kicking. 2 evenly matched teams, as I said, and you can notice that it's completely different, contrasting styles here. Newberg's definitely winning more ball. However, their forwards are flat-footed when they receive the ball on the run. making them easy pickings for the Portland defense. Portland is just waiting for them to run at them, and then they're knocking them down. Newberg need to get it to their backs, I think, in order for them to exploit the Portland team out wide. We had that one excellent run by Peterson, but since then, I don't think he's touched the ball.
Are we at halftime? We are at halftime. I didn't see the referee signal halftime, but we are. And both teams are off consulting now with their coaches. Our score here at halftime, Portland Pumas 10, the Newberg Tigers 5. Portland got on the board first with a goal, missed the conversion, then got another goal, missed the conversion. They led 10-0. And then Newberg with a goal here late, and they missed the conversion, so we're at 10-5. This is our fourth game today. As I look around at the crew, I can realize that. And here's been the results of those games. We are at Western Oregon University. We started off this morning with the club, the Girls Club Championship. That was won by the Lynn Benton Lady Lions over the Valley Pirates. Lynn Benton's team made up primarily of players from West Albany. And the score in that game was 39-35. That was won by a score right at the end of the game for Lynn Benton to win that. The second game was the Boys Club Championship, and that was a big win for Beaverton. The Beaverton Barbarians, they beat the Valley Rams 38-10. The game just before this one that we finished, that was the Beaverton Barbarians, the boys, and Grant. And the Generals won that game on the conversion with virtually no time left on the clock. They won that 31-29, and here we are in the boys' final game. That score right now, Portland Pumas 10, the Newberg Tigers 5. So we'll get our comments here from Chip Burnside. Chip, thoughts about the first half?
A couple of impressive runs by Kurt Ackerman, I think, is probably the difference here. He's been pretty slippery, that guy. He's ducked under a couple of tackles, and he definitely caused, I think he may have scored one of the tries, and I think he's also set up the other.
Exactly.
His inside back teammate, Sean Meehan, is also causing a problem for the Newberg backs. They've got to be a bit safer on the tackles.
Right. What do you see different in the second half, if anything? What does Newberg need to do?
Well, I think they need to control the tempo. If Portland doesn't have the ball, then they can't play hot potato with it. So Newberg's going to try to control the ball and the way the game is played. But with it being so sunny, they may run out of puff because they've exerted a lot of energy here trying to keep the ball away from this fairly explosive Portland team.
All right, the teams are headed back out onto the field. Newberg Tigers already out. Portland Pumas still talking with Coach.
Right here. Let's do it. Let's go, boys.
Travis McKay is a very large individual. He's in the second row there, I believe. He's got to be a good 6'5". Also, that number 7's a good-sized kid, that Andrew Myers.
Take it, move it down the field, guys. Somebody want it.
Again, it's an old adage in New Zealand. The team that scores first in the second half typically wins the game. The 10 minutes in each half, very, very important. If a team can get some physical dominance in the 10 minutes, then it often translates to the rest of the half.
Ready for the kickoff. There it is. A high kick, short. Fielded.
Upfield, Greg. Let go.
That was Greg Curtis who caught that ball and tried to make something out of that.
Right, we switched sides. Portland moving from our right to our left in their purple tops.
Newberg's got that ball. There's a bit of a breakaway there. I don't quite know how they came up with that.
I didn't see it either. Newberg did come up with the ball, though, and they've moved forward.
They've got, Central Catholic's got major problems out here. They've got to win this ruck if they want to punch it in. A little pick and go off the edge of the ruck there. Now, Central Catholic trying to give him a dose of their own medicine by trying to hold him up. He's gone to ground. Newberg controls. Again, they're trying to expose around the edges of the ruck.
And there is a score. Newberg scores. A quick score.
Well, Portland's got to man that A gap. Obviously, there's some areas, there's a defender missing around the edge of the ruck there. And it was probed a couple of times, first by one Newberg player and then by another.
Conversion attempt coming up. We're tied at 10 now. So far, neither team has made a conversion.
The chances of him making this one then are probably slim, as it's not an easy kick.
Difficult angle, long kick.
Plus, it's into the wind. What little wind there is here today is blowing directly into him. Or at least it was.
Here's the kick. It's low and it's wide to the left. And we are tied at 10. Each team with 2 tries.
Bit of a soft try, that one. Central Catholic's not going to be happy about that at all. So look for them to come back, breathing fire right from this kickoff.
Let's do it, guys!
This match is brought to you by Oregon Pioneer Rugby Club, a proud member of Rugby Oregon. Rugby Oregon offers year-round rugby leagues for girls and boys from 3rd grade through high school. Find out more about one of the newest Olympic sports at rugbyoregon.com.
Let's go, guys!
Here comes the kickoff.
That's a good kick. Right at the 10-metre line. Not controlled by Newberg initially. Now they gather it up.
Let's go now! Let's do something, Pumas!
And the ball's gone into touch.
Right here!
That was a very good kick. Been very impressed with him. The Kurt Achterman.
Number 10, Kirk Ackerman for the Pumas. Been outstanding here so far in this match.
Get that wing on, please. Get your winger on.
From the line out, both back lines have to be back 10 metres. Notice the referee setting where the back line stands. Newberg win the line out. Now they're going to get it wide. Oh, that was a ill-advised pass there. And it's scooped up by Christian Leite, and he's gone in under the posts.
What went wrong there?
Well, he shaped the pass, he thought about it, and by then, Leite was already in the passing lanes. He should have just held on and gone to ground. You could see the player thinking about it before he threw that pass, and Leite was already in the passing lane. He tried to go over the top, but it was just an ill-advised pass.
And a try for Portland. Now they'll have the conversion attempt as they go back on top 15-10.
And as I pointed out earlier in the broadcast, so often happens after a try, the team that scored loses focus. And this has been
Keep it up, guys.
exactly what happened here to Newberg. The other thing that could have happened with that pass is that he could have ended up hospitalising his teammate. Had that guy received that ball, I believe the Portland guy had him lined up. He would have been buried. It's the big second 5. I think he might have slotted this one.
And that was a great kick. That was Meehan.
Gotta keep the pressure on, guys!
Meehan with the conversion, 2 points, and the lead goes to 17-10.
Well, Newberg's got to feel bad about that try. You know, that didn't need to happen. They actually had a promising backline move going on, and unfortunately, they gave the Pumas 7 points. This kick's a little bit deeper. The fullback's going to field this. Oh, it's come straight off his chest.
The combination for Portland of Ackerman and Meehan has really been impressive so far.
Yes. Yes, indeed. And don't forget Leahy. He's having a pretty good game. He snaffled up that intercept.
Scrum coming up here.
Big attacking opportunity now here for Newberg.
Watch weak side, Ricky.
The number 8's showing a propensity to go off the back, and he does so again here.
Gotta have that, bud.
He's trying to drive over. The Newberg forwards are a bit late arriving. Now the ball's available. Someone needs to straighten it. They do. Now they'll try to drive over and get the ball going to the left here. The halfback's got it. He shakes.
No!
Again, he's trying to take advantage of that area around the fringes of the ruck. Clearly there's a couple of gaps there.
People left.
And he looked directly
And there
at
it
him.
is again. So they're looking right around the edge of the ruck.
Same exact play, 2 straight times.
Yep. What we call the A-gap defender is missing there, clearly. So they're seeing an opportunity. However, there were men out wide. He could have shifted that ball to the left-hand side, and I think Portland would have been stretched.
Okay, that guy that's supposed to be in that gap, where was he that time? Was he in the middle?
No, it's a different player every time. Whoever's there has to set that defence next to the ruck. The pile of players that is the ruck, the A-gap defender says, I've got the edge of this ruck, so to speak.
Kurt. Look for it.
There's no time to make the adjustments now. The coaches have got to get that fixed. But now it's Central Catholic's ball here. So they'll probably get the ball to Ackerman. And he's going to try to find touch. He's set up in a traditional fly-half spot there. I would have thought he probably, if he was going to kick, he might have been directly behind the scrum. He may run from here. The scrum turned more than 90 degrees there, so the referee will ask for a reset.
Scrum can move forward and back, but referees don't like it moving sideways.
They can't wheel it,
Get it out of here.
okay? Newberg's going to try to put pressure on the scrum, make it difficult for the halfback to get the ball to Ackerman. That's Gerald Latham make the feed. The halfback comes around, tries to put pressure on him. He has kicked it away. It's a right footer in clear into space. The fullback wasn't at home. He's done well to gather that ball up. Newberg now need to win the ball, which they are about to. Now they need to just straighten this attack and win another ruck here. Calm things down. The ball is squirted out. Newberg's trying to steal the ball there in the tackle.
Sub. Get in. Jared.
The fullback wasn't in position there. Maybe he was over manning the touchline. But Ackerman again, he recognized that the fullback wasn't there. He kicked the ball into space, causing all sorts of problems in the backfield there for Newberg.
17-10, our score. Portland Pumas lead.
Most of the other games on the other fields now have finished, and the crowd's attention now has been drawn to this feature match.
Shut the height.
As you can see, Jared Latham's a sturdy-looking boy as halfback. I think they said he played hooker before. I can see that. He's put under pressure by the Newberg halfback. Quite a nice play there by him. Again, a bit of chaos ensuing in the back line there.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, he's pinged the halfback for being offside. So he reached a little quickly on the Portland halfback before he got the ball out. He's isolated that Portland runner. Find some support now. Ackerman's gone quickly. He didn't go from the mark, unfortunately, though.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's worth a try.
The ball had not been marked properly yet.
No, you don't have to spot it, but you have to go from where the referee says the penalty is from.
All right.
So he was clearly not where the penalty was given.
Let's get on it.
Get it out.
That's number 5 making a big run.
That's Ricky White.
Yep. Portland's under quite a bit of pressure. Newberg is under pressure here. They've got a huge gap on the right-hand side. If they can get that ball off to the right, oh my goodness, he knocked that on, I believe. Now the ball has come free. Nice pass. Oladipo in space. Escapes one tackler. Now 2. Newberg's got numbers there in the ruck. I believe that guy's going to get penalised for holding on. He was. He was isolated. He did his best. He held on. And so that didn't allow the quick ruck ball to develop for Newberg like they wanted. Newberg wanted that ball out of that ruck.
There's a kick coming right over towards us. You got that, Chip?
Yep. That was a nice kick.
Edge.
17-10 our score. Portland leads.
So Jared Martin's off the bench. He's going to throw into the line-out. I'm sorry, it was Marcus Bland throw that ball into the line-out. I've got the... I'm looking at the wrong team line up there. Sorry about that.
Guy, you're across. Come on.
It's a free kick coming to Newberg.
Only 10. Only 10.
And a free kick, he cannot kick the ball directly out. So what he'll do is he'll tap and run here.
That's not 10. He's offside. The whole side is offside. That's like 50 yards. That's a 10-yard.
Few players interacting with the coach's bench. They need to concentrate on the game here. The halfback's obviously involved in the ruck, and number 5 for Newberg acts as the halfback. That was Max Boenish. Max Boenish again looking like, it's the regular halfback. He's tried a little kick there. Oladipo gathers it. He's brought to ground by Herania.
No! Thank you. For what? Thank you. Thank you. Right into his face.
Now this game has turned into a discussion among the coaches. A discussion might be a nice term. They're yelling at each other.
No, excuse me. Good job, Pumas. Clearly in at a 45-3. Thank you.
Referee just explaining to the Newberg coach what he saw. There's so many angles to a ruck. The referee will see something. The coach will see another. The players will see something completely different. That's the beauty of rugby.
There's a kick. Nice kick.
It's a bit of a wobbler. It's gone off the side of his foot. Newberg has got the ball back. That was a mistake by the Portland kicker there. Newberg's got the ball. The forwards are flat-footed. This has been a problem all day for Newberg. Again, the ball's gone loose on the tackle, but it looks like Portland might have been offside from the ruck, and that's what he's got him for.
Turn around and look. Slide over forwards. Mark up.
No, it wasn't an offside. It was not releasing in the ruck.
Slide. Hey, Grant, here we go. Match him up. We need more guys over here.
Get him, Travis.
Bob's coming right here.
Travis. Hit somebody. Go, Maxie.
Newberg take it up off the tap. They win the ruck ball. The halfback's reaching for it. Again, he gives it to a forward. He's an isolated runner, though. Newberg forwards now arrive. Starting to string together some phases here, Newberg.
Roll out. Roll out. Roll out.
The Newberg backs are flat-footed, but they do shift it.
Nice, Lottie. Nice.
That's the centre, Christian Latham again. Making the tackle and wrapping up the Newberg player.
I noticed number 21 for Portland, Travis McKay. He was limping, and he still is.
All right, take your time.
He's knocked that on. He tried to take the quick tap, and he knocked the ball on. This is why you don't like them having to do this, where he takes the ball off the ground. It's always better to tap the ball on the ground. It's one of my pet peeves.
I heard the Newberg coach, and he was yelling at his players, keep the ball outside, don't take it inside. Strategy on his part?
Well, he's probably thinking that they've got an advantage out there. However, they're not deep and they're not running onto the ball.
Get the ball out. Come on. Get it out.
Again, there's an excellent kick by Ackerman there. Again, the fullback was up on the line. Well played on the bounce by Harania. Grant Harania on that play. Really nice bit of cover defence there.
Nice tackle, Kurt.
Nice tackle that time.
Nice job, Jared.
They might want to just settle it down here, Portland.
Let's do it now.
Well, he hit that ball on the move. I believe that's Ricky White. And then that was Greg Curtis with a juking run there.
Portland moving forward. There's this.
Well, Newberg are heavily exposed here on this left-hand side. If they can just get the ball and go to the left here, they're in. Not much structure here at the moment. Newberg has got the ball back, and they've hoofed it downfield. And good chase, too.
Hey, you need help. Line.
That's a very good tackle right there. Nice open field tackle. He brought that guy down extremely well. Well, Portland were trying to get quick ball there, and Newberg came in and upset that.
Another nice run by Portland, the Pumas.
Yes, well, Ackerman's seeing what the Newberg defense is giving him, and then he's taking advantage of it. This is Oladipo now, and he's showing, it looks like he's got some speed, and he's going to go around underneath the post here.
And he does. It sets the ball down. A try for Portland.
Again, that was set up by the first five. Ackerman, he took a quick tap, and then there was another penalty, or at least he tapped the ball again or made the ball go wide, and he's having an outstanding game.
And an outstanding game. The lead is 12 now, 22-10. We got a conversion attempt coming up.
I think Newberg just need to stop worrying about the referee and just continue to play hard. They have the edge at the ruck area, but they're looking for the referee to blow things up, and I think they're feeling a little bit unhappy at this time.
Keep it up, guys. Have everybody's back.
Okay, I believe this is Meehan on the conversion attempt.
You gotta play hard. Find
The kick. And it is good.
All right, here we go, boys. Let's try right. Let's get hard.
All right, our score, the scoreboard is wrong. Our score is Portland 24, Newberg 10. Scoreboard shows 23-10, but it's 24.
Call it. Let's counter. Let's tap.
Perhaps the scoreboard attendant has an aversion to that number 24. I think that's the second time he's done that today.
Yep.
Watch something over here. We got careful.
Well, actually, what he did was the last try he gave 6 points on.
That's a great way to get ahead.
Pencil whip him. There's the kick.
Nicely fielded there by the fullback. That's Kali'i Clark. He's had a nice game at the back, Clark has.
Clark's headed to the University of Washington to be an engineer.
So he's clever, eh?
Sprint!
The chase was a bit discombobulated there, and Newberg's got an opportunity. Can they cash it in?
24-10 our score. We're here in the second half. The scoreboard is wrong.
I was just coming to tell you if it was.
Anyway, Newberg's still deep on attack here. They're not giving up. They're throwing everything at Portland now.
Let's go! Suck it up, Pumas! Let's get it out of here!
There's a little bit of argy-bargy in that ruck
Quick
there.
there, ruck over!
Players need to concentrate on the ball. It's been a very clean game so far, though.
No yellow cards this game.
Let's get it out of here, Pumas!
In order to stay in this game, Newberg need to score the next try, that's for sure. They can't afford to go another try down.
Let's go forwards! Sugar!
Portland's got the feed. This time the halfback gets him fair and square. Now the ball has popped into a Newberg hand. An opportunity try coming up, perhaps. The ball's popped out. It's come out on the Portland side. Another raking kick downfield.
Greg's onside.
Portland very, very lucky there.
Way to get smart. Good job, buddy. Way to hold back.
Under real danger down there by the line and managed to clear that ball all the way out to midfield. (24-10) our score.
Back to
Portland leads.
watch it coming long.
Tap ball back to that Portland back line. They give it to Meehan. He goes straight up the middle. That's the only way he knows. Tries to throw an offload. It's now popped back to Newberg. Newberg now are playing a Central Catholic at their own game. They're playing hot potato with it. A driving tackle there by the Portland player. However, the Newberg player has the presence of mind to lay it back. Newberg's ball still.
Wow, a driving tackle is not the word for it. That was by Christian Lottie.
He's not released.
Yeah, he effected that tackle on Rex Wood. Not a bad little kick. It's popped up nicely into the hands of Peterson.
Tackled by Ochterman.
Again, flat-footed runner by the Newberg, and Portland are just waiting for him. He's still going, however. There's no give up in the Newberg team here. He's got to release him. Portland's trying to poach it there. There's a better run. He hit that ball at speed. He got upended, though, by the Portland player.
Coming out, weak.
That's a charge down. Everyone's on side when a charge down happens.
Saved us.
Still Newberg's ball. Good defense, though, by Portland.
Strong tackling all across the line that time.
Yes, as you'll notice, they're not too interested. They go for the poach, like they did just then, and then after they attempt the poach, they're not really interested in the ruck.
Thank you. Hey, take your time. Take your time.
He's got one of the Newberg players from entering the ruck, not through the gate.
For touch. Hey, Ricky, are you all right? Take your time, Pumas. Take your time. Boom it, Travis.
The referee has told the teams there's 10 minutes left.
Make sure it gets out. Hey, Ton, you're sprinting.
The lead is 14, 24-10, Portland.
Peterson's down here manning the touchline should the kick go astray. It's a
High kick.
It's a decent kick. Just about hit the camera lady there.
All right. Hey,
She showed a great deal of expertise in avoiding that.
best rugby you play.
Maddie Connolly, our camera woman, is a All Big Sky Conference lacrosse player.
Who's jumping?
Find that last gear here, Pumas. You can do it.
Hey, Johnny, Johnny, go to hooker. Stay right there.
Watch the week. Watch the
Latham, who was the halfback, is now throwing into the line out. He's was a hooker from before, so it makes sense. He knows what to do. They're going to go to the front, perhaps. They are.
Let's do it.
They drop that ball into a maul.
You around the neck, okay? Kick, kick, kick.
As he went down, one of the Newberg players grabbed him around the neck, is what the referee said.
Take your time. Hey, Jason.
That's a pretty good kick. That's Travis McKay. He's a lock, but he's got a booming punt on him.
He's the one who was limping earlier and now seems to be okay. Boomed that kick.
Portland can ice it here. They can put this game away.
One out, yellow, there's only 7 in.
Again, they go with the fake lift. They give it back to Latham. They've got a reserve halfback on there now.
There's Ricky White.
He's had a pretty good game too. Ricky White's down with a bit of an injury, I think. I think he might have done a hamstring.
He's holding the back of his leg and pounding on the ground.
Number 25 is over taking a look at him.
That wasn't high.
Trainer headed out. Play is on the other side of the field. White is down here to the close to the bench.
Water. Lamb too.
So the referee actually stops time when there's an injury like this. So the clock is actually stopped. It's one of the few times that the clock has stopped. I'm not sure why he stopped play, because the player was away from the action, but maybe it's a serious injury. That's why he put the time stoppage on.
White was holding the back of his leg, and he's been picked up by a couple of players and taken off the field.
He's had a good game, Ricky White.
Johnny!
It's a first-year player. So they're saying that he's got a very, very high ceiling, and I can see why the coaches think highly of him.
He's not only had some good runs on the outside, but he's a bruising runner inside.
Yes, yes indeed. So anyway, after the stoppage, it looks like it's going to be a penalty to Newberg. They're going to have to probably run it, but instead they choose to kick it directly to Greg Curtis. He's had a solid game out there as well.
With Andrew, you got help. Go, Travis.
There's McKay rumbling the ball towards the goal line. We're about at midway 22 and 10 metre line at the moment.
No! What are you?
That was a forward pass, and then the ball hit the Portland player.
Trenton, eat it.
It was accidentally offside.
Don't flip it out there for them to pick. Guys, control. Don't leave anything on the ground sloppy. Hey, watch your touch, guys.
Winger!
Hey,
Winger, get on. Thank you. Let's go. Lucy!
Matthew.
Scrum right in front of us.
Release as soon as you touch the foot.
Well, Newberg has got to run this ball. They've got to get it to their back line, and they've got to do something with it, and they've got to do something now.
Matthew. All right, here we go, Noah. Matthew. Matthew, watch for this side, okay? Release as fast as it gets out.
Khalid, shift over though. And up, baby.
Nice!
The Newberg scrum under huge pressure there.
Coming back, wait!
There's the kick.
Well, it's a decent kick.
Gotta get it!
It's going to run all the way into touch, about 5 metres out.
Thank you.
Wasn't my first option. However, it's turned out very nicely for the Newberg team. It will be the throw-in of the Portland team, however. They're not too concerned. They don't care where the ball's been played now because time is on their side.
14-point lead for Portland, 24-10. Got the scoreboard right too now.
Newberg need to score, and they need to score now. They've got to come through on this line, and if it's untidy ball, they're going to come through on that halfback.
Own this!
Some interplay there with Latham, the hooker, who's now the halfback. He's kicked that directly to... Oh, they're coming back. As the kicker hoofed that ball downfield, one of the Newberg players made contact with him, otherwise known as a bit of a late tackle or...
The referee yelled out, contact with the kicker.
Yeah, contact is okay if the tackler was committed. I was watching the kick, so I didn't see the actual play.
Get it out, buddy! Get it out!
Still very,
Come on, team! Come on!
it's not a good kick, that one. This is given it a chance here.
Coming back!
Here goes Harena. He's looked pretty slippery.
Yes!
However, the player he passed to was not expecting that ball. He knocked it on.
Pumas, great job! Take your time, Jared. Travis, don't worry about it, buddy. Here we go, Noah. Let's do it right here. Find that last gear. 5 minutes.
Portland feed. They'll probably give it to the backs here. Crash it up through me, and one would think.
Nice, Jared.
And that's exactly what they do. They give it to the big fella who rumbles right up the middle.
Look at kick it, Jared, kick it. You didn't see me flip somebody?
On Lottie!
Yeah, so this is where the game's been won today. The inside backs combination of Ackerman, Meehan, and Leite. That weight right there has been too much for Newberg to handle. They've run directly, and they've caused them all sorts of problems.
Thank you. Good job, boys.
Players are getting pretty tired now. This heat's really sapped their energy.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Go.
24-10, Portland leads. We're near the end of this game. And White, who was down earlier and carried off the field, is now up and walking around.
Possibly it was just a big cramp.
Scrum coming up here.
Newberg's got to do something, and they have to do something right now. Instead, they lose the ball. It's a tight head to Portland. Number 8 takes it off the back. He's trying to get his arms free to offload that. Instead, Portland will ruck it. They control the ball. Again, they get it to Meehan, who goes straight down the middle. You know where he's going. Here's a penalty. Now, here's the situation where they'll probably kick it. They'll probably kick for. I think it'll take a little time. When the referee signals, if he signals towards the post, then the guy will kick. And that's a good decision by Ackerman. Use the clock as your friend.
Substitutions.
Often what happens here is they get some seniors on. Any of the guys that may have not been in the regular rotation.
Going to drop kick that and kicks it right through.
And that probably will do it.
Count up! Count up!
Highly improbable to come back from 17 points down with less than 5 minutes to go.
27-10, Portland leads.
Sub, sir! Sub, sir! Sub, sir! Sir, sub, sir! There you go. You have a sub, sir.
Going to take at least 3 tries and a couple of conversions here to change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, Dave. I've seen this movie before.
Way to go, Pumas!
Again, there's some of the players that normally wouldn't get a run are out there now, giving them some exposure to this pressure cooker situation of being in the state final. Any experience is good for these young guys.
And a number of younger players on both these teams.
Yeah, they've got a really good program there at Newberg, and obviously they've got a very good program at Portland, Central Catholic.
With Kurt, stance!
Ball is still in and still in play, did not go out.
Newberg hasn't given up. They're playing with everything they've got. There's Ricky White back out there again.
Oh, you mean the guys talking are supposed to say it every 15 seconds?
He's acting as the halfback there. Throws it out onto the right-hand side. Now they get it to the winger. I believe that's a sub that's in the game.
And there's a breakaway, and that's going to go for a try.
Well, he's got serious pace, that young fella.
Well, let's see who that is. Great speed.
Yeah, it was Greg Curtis.
Greg Curtis.
Yes, he's shown a clean pair of heels here on a number of occasions.
I'll ask him about it.
32-10 now. At one time, this game was 10-10.
Well, Newberg scored directly after the break, and had they maintained their focus, they could have been in this game. But what happened was Central Catholic came back and scored on them immediately, regained the lead, and that was pretty much all she wrote.
All right, Meehan is going to step up and take the conversion. 32-10 our score. Meehan off the tee, up and through. And that's the game. That's the end of the game. Referee just signaled. And our final score here at Western Oregon University, the Portland Pumas 34, the Newberg Tigers 10. You said this was the battle of the big cats. The Pumas won.
Indeed they did. They did. Yeah, well played by Portland. Their midfield was just too strong for the Newberg team to handle. Newberg won sufficient ball, but just couldn't get over the hump. I thought that their forwards were a little bit flat-footed. Maybe they had made a bigger inroads into the Portland defense and softened them up a little more. Maybe their backline might have had a few opportunities, but in actual fact, the Newberg backline was starved of the ball. Their dangerous centres, Gallardo and Peterson, rarely saw the ball. And so they were neutralised. And Portland Central Catholic Pumas deserve to win this game.
You have to think this is a big day for rugby. 4 championship games here, 2 of them barn burners that went down to the end. Lots of great play, lots of great players. This has to do well for the reputation for rugby in Oregon.
Yeah, Rugby Oregon's a good organisation. Jen Heinrich does a really nice job. You know, it's a growing sport, and once kids come and play the game, they love it. They realise that they can run with the ball, and they're part of that. All of their contributions count seemingly way more than American football. and plus the level of fitness to play rugby is far greater than American football. So usually once the kids start to play it, they love it, and it's only going to bode well for American rugby.
All right, I want to recap the day for you here today. We've had 4 games. We started it off at 9:30 this morning, and we had the club team girls game, and that was won by Lynn Benton Lady Lions. They defeated the Valley Panthers 39-35. They scored in the last minute of that game to get that win. Our second game at 11:30, that was the boys game, the club boys game, and that was a rout. It was won by Beaverton 38-10 over the Valley Rams. Then we started this afternoon at 1:30. We had the girls game, and that was the girls varsity game. That game was really exciting game. It went down to a conversion in probably the last few seconds of the game, and was won by the Grant Generals 31-29 over Beaverton. And then we finished this up. We had the 3:30 game, and this game was won by the Portland Pumas 34-10 over Newberg. The Pumas made up primarily of Central Catholic players, beating Newberg 34-10. Final comments today, Chip?
Well, thank you very much for letting me be part of your commentary team, Dave. It's been a lifelong dream of mine to be a commentator.
Well, you're going to be one.
And so thank you very much for the opportunity. Obviously, I had a pretty good day, my team winning the club championship. So I'm excited for Beaverton Barbarians. Unfortunately, the girls couldn't pull it out, although they nearly had the win. So all in all, pretty satisfactory day. I'm stoked, actually.
All right, I want to thank all the people here at Western Oregon University, all the coaches and support staff of all these schools that have competed today and brought you this great rugby matches. I want to thank our crew, and we've had Ryan Johnson, our producer, was here earlier in the day. He left. Jim Thompson, our producer-engineer, Steve Roberts, who's been our director here in the last couple of games, Maddie Connolly, who's been running a camera, my broadcast partners today, Joe and Chip. And thanks for sitting in, and thanks for doing a great job and helping us to understand rugby and really make these games exciting.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up here today from Western Oregon University on 4 exciting rugby matches. And our final score here in our last game, Portland 34, Newberg 10. I'm Dave Hall. Good evening, everybody.